I'm going to talk about how this vanity was put together, and the obvious piece is that the center is coming out further and the two sides are going in, giving more importance to the center. The corners, instead of being sharp 90-degree angles, what I did was I put these corner posts on there with the legs on the bottom, making it look like two pieces of furniture were joined together, one on either end, creating one beautiful piece of vanity. You can see that everything is elevated off the floor. When we're doing furniture for bathrooms, we want to make sure that the cabinet is off the floor so it doesn't have that typical 4-inch toe kick that we used to use years ago. By doing that, what you need to do is just make a toe kick, push it all the way back so the structure is still supported and it has the illusion of floating, but in reality the legs and the back base are supporting it. Here on the sides, what I did was I did 4 drawers on the side, so you can see that with that application it doesn't have a typical draw door effect. Long doors here, giving it more height. All drawers going across, giving it more of a furniture feel. And by using these handles here, what we did was we made it look like a true piece of furniture, that there is no metal on the drawers. These are pulls that we just created. You can see the definition of it. What we did was we got 2 leaves, acanthus leaves, we folded them under and folded them in. And instead of doing just a straight line attaching the 2 leaves, what we did was create a dip so you can easily and comfortably put your hand in there, and it's a perfect fit, and it gives a great action and great motion to the way the pull is laid out and scoops around. The definition on the drawers is also accentuating the centerpiece. Instead of using a solid slab, we do an OG cut on this, so there's more glazing getting caught here in the corners, and also that glazing is caught here, giving more definition to the acanthus leaves. You can see the importance of glazing too. Anytime you're doing a painted vanity, once you glaze it, all this definition pops. That's the objective of using a glazing versus a paint. Now the upper section, as you can see, is multi-tiered. So what I did there was I did the mirror all the way in, the 2 medicine cabinets 12 inches out, and then another inches for the projection of where the corner pilasters are. So those pilasters are the furthest out, giving the top crown molding more definition. So it steps out where the acanthus capital is, goes back in where the medicine cabinet is, and then goes again where the mirror is in the center. And you can see what I did here on the corners. Right here, I used this element here to fill that space. I could have used a rectangular mirror, but the oval gives it much more interest, more of a French flair. And then this detailing fills the corner, and then the frame accentuates it, so it looks like you actually took this and carved it right into the side of this element. So all 4 corners are symmetrical with those corner brackets basically framing this mirror in beautifully. You can see I also used the medicine cabinets as a continuation of the mirror. Instead of doing wood here, I did mirror here. So both mirror doors are accentuating and making the center look more important. And instead of doing these rectangularly, I end up doing a French cathedral on the left and on the right to give it some elegance, again, a French form. And you can see the base over here, it's all about the attention to detail. That could have just been a plinth block, but this definition over here makes it look like a true column. We did the fluting in the middle, we did the acanthus capital on top, I did a small block to receive it, and then it was also a place that I can nail the crown molding when it's bumping out and carrying into the back walls. Now the idea about this vanity was to really cater to something that a woman would love to have in her bathroom vanity. So this is really geared for a woman, the color, the feel, the accentuation, the florals and the leaves. I could very easily do a his and hers this way, and a lot of times what I would do is make his exactly the same but do it in cherry, making it more masculine, and making the women's painted or painted and glazed the way I did it here. You can see what I did was I also used this glazing here to pick up the hardware and also the faucets on the unit. Instead of using brass, instead of using polished nickel, we use brushed metal. So you can see that all of this burnishing here ties in with the glazing. This is a great way to soften a corner. This corner post, you can see, has a soft rounded edge to it. Also has a detailing going all the way down to where it picks up on the leg here. And the beauty of this is that you can get a regular cabinet that you're using for a bathroom, apply this on the corner, and now you just created a piece of furniture. You lift it up all the floor, you eliminate the toe kick, and you use this to support the entire piece. And with this acanthus giving it a beautiful sweep, it also gives it a great French look or a great classical look. So again, using this definition on a corner will instantly create a piece of furniture. And then the next step is if you're going to be doing one drawer or a row of drawers like I did here, the beauty of this is that now you're using a handle, not a knob. It's filling the entire face. It's looking absolutely like a piece of furniture because this definition really makes this piece come alive. It's something that you would see in a dining room or a master suite, and here it is in your master bathroom or in a formal powder room. And the beauty of this is the organic elements of this are beautifully done in that it looks like a true leaf that's opened up and is sweeping down and folding over the corners. And this, instead of just being a straight line going across, you have that little dip over here and the rolling part of the leaf coming in. Beautifully fits your handle there, your hand in there. That handle is either used from the bottom or from the top, but easily gripped and pulled forward. This is a great way to finish a corner of a cabinet. If you have enough room that you can put a 15 or an 18-inch cabinet sitting on the countertop, you can basically fill and finish this element like a piece of furniture, flanking a vanity left and right by using this fluted pilaster and finishing with a beautiful base on the bottom like a piece of furniture, carrying this all the way up to the top, and instead of just having the crown butt up against it, what you could do is put a capital on top of it. This beautiful canthus capital is a great way to finish it. Goes right up against the block, exposing an inch of it, also giving you a place that you can nail a crown molding to, and you can see what happens to the crown. It accentuates this entire detail, goes up on a 45-degree angle, then comes back into the medicine cabinet, sweeps over, and then goes back into where the mirror is. Also, a great element is how we're using this door. Instead of doing a rectangle, cutting the corner open, doing a French cathedral on it, leaving you an opportunity if you wanted to do a beautiful inlay on that corner to make it more French or more classical, or you could just simplify it with just a shape instead of also applying a carving to that corner. A great way to use this corner here to embellish and do some beautiful detailing to carry what we're doing with the entire vanity element is doing this area here so it can accept a corner onlay bracket. And this corner onlay, you can see, picks up the flowers on where we have on the corner posts, as well as matching all four corners and softening up the way the mirror is. By doing a round mirror here, we would otherwise have a void here that we would have to fill with either a recessed panel or a raised panel. Instead of using a very simple element, why not create this corner here and also border it out with another frame, giving you the feel that this corner was hand carved, would be normally 1.5 inches thick, carved into it to give it all this definition and detailing. Again, a really great way to accentuate the detailing is by doing a glaze in the corners so all of this definition pops out. Again, doing it on all corners. Another way of doing it would be if this mirror were framed in a rectangle, you would just go straight across and up this way and use this detail to carry a straight line. Instead of doing a round mirror, you could do a rectangular mirror on here. Again, so the way this was done is mirror, frame, onlay, second frame, giving you a great layered effect and having 3 different levels, mirror being 1, frame being 2, and the piece on top of the frame being the 3rd. Okay, you can see that the glazing that I used here was a brown taupe-ish color, and that was done intentionally because you can see the faucetry and the metal hardware on the vanity was made to match. So when you're doing glazing, keep that in mind, in that if you want complete continuity out of a piece, the hardware, the countertop, the finish on the cabinet, the color of the glazing, all should be coordinated. If this was done in a nickel, or if it was done in a pewter or brass finish, it wouldn't harmonize as well as it is. But you can see that this element is picked up right here in the glazing and also in the glazing around the mirror. Really important to try to think of all the elements so you can get the final product looking like a complete finished piece of furniture.